Hello, my name is Michael Gatorna with SEMA, the Senior Insurance Marketing Association, and today we'll be discussing in-home presentations, where better appointments plus better clients equal more sales and more referrals. Now today we're going to go over the basics, getting down to business, coming to the end, and after the appointment. Now, the overall goal is more than making a sale in the home. It's more than just being an agent, because satisfied clients have agents, but loyal clients have trusted advisors, and that's what we want to become for our clients, is to be a trusted advisor. To do that, to build trust, we want the clients to be saying to themselves throughout the presentation, yes, this agent is telling me the truth. Yes, this agent has my best interest in mind, and yes, this is someone I want to do business with. Now, the question is, how do you do that? Well, one of the easiest way to do that is the entire appointment should be a natural flowing conversation. It shouldn't sound like a canned or scripted presentation to the client. It should just be a nice conversation between a prospect and a trusted advisor. Now, follow-up is a big key here, and one-call closers have to close on the first visit because they cannot build trust, because they're pushing people to decisions, and they have no follow-up skills. They're never going to call that person again, so why would they have a second appointment? Now, of course, I'm not implying that all your appointments will be 2 or 3 or 4 call closes. You will have people that want to think about the decision before they sign up with you. But you will also have people that will say, yes, I'll go ahead and take this policy, or this is what I'm looking for. But keep in mind that you have to follow up. We are paid residual income for a reason. This isn't just a one-call close and that's it. Health insurance plans through Medicare, for the most part, have residual income because we are expected to be a service point for our clients. And another thing to think to yourself during this is not how do I sell insurance, rather it's why does someone buy insurance? Why is this prospect or this potential client looking to buy insurance? And if we can answer that question, we are going to align ourselves with them to we're going to be more of a trusted advisor. Another thing is to be pleasant. People buy from those they like. And agents who are likable are going to make some sales. And agents who are very knowledgeable are going to make some sales. But if you can combine the two, agents who are likable and knowledgeable will make a lot of sales. So make sure that, one, you're connecting with these people on a level, and 2, you're answering all their questions, which we'll go over here shortly. So the basics, these are just some very basic concepts to keep in mind when you're pulling up to the home. One is to arrive on time. Pretty common sense. 5 to 10 minutes early is my target area. 15 minutes is a little too early. And of course, you don't want to be late because that's disrespectful. Now, they will be watching you because your appointment starts when you pull up to their home and you're in their line of sight. Think about the last time you had someone come out to your home. About 20 minutes before they got there, maybe 30 minutes, you started tidying up the place, putting stuff away, making sure the house is presentable, and then you start peeking out the window looking for them to pull up. Well, that's what your clients are going to be doing to you as well. They're going to be watching for that stranger coming to their home if they've never met you before. So make sure that when you drive down the street, you're of course driving nicely. You get out of the car and you look pleasant. You're happy. You're smiling. You're not kicking boxes or throwing things around the back seat or in your trunk. You want to make sure that you look pleasant from the very start because that's their first impression of you. Park in the street. I've always parked in the street, of course, if possible. I don't walk through the grass, if possible. And I smile and look pleasant while I'm walking up. Don't walk through the azaleas. Don't kick stray dogs when you walk them through the home. Just make sure that you look like someone they will let in their house. These are simple signs of respect. It's amazing how many agents think the appointment starts when they're first let in the home. Well, it's actually when you're in their line of sight is when you're on stage. Now, at the door, of course, I introduce myself. My name is Mike. I'm here for a 2 o'clock appointment. I hand them my business card right away so they have my name right in front of them. And then I take off my shoes. Of course, I use my best judgment. If it's a nice home, of course, I take off my shoes. If the house looks like it hasn't been cleaned in 20 years, I'll probably leave my shoes on. So, of course, use a judgment call on this, but taking off your shoes is a simple sign of respect, and some people really catch that on. Thank them as you're walking in. I always thank my clients for having me out to their home, and then let them choose the location where the appointment's going to take place. Traditionally, we do appointments at the kitchen table. But if all their decision making is done in the back room or in the living room or on the front porch, well, then you want to sit there. You want to put them in their comfort zone. It's their house. Make sure that they're comfortable in their own home. There's nothing worse than having uncomfortable clients trying to make a decision when they're not even in their zone in their own house. So make sure you let them pick their area. You're a guest in their home. Let them pick. I've done more appointments in the living room or in the den area than I have at the kitchen table. Getting down to business. All right, rather than warm up and start trivial conversations, I typically open with, once we start sitting down, I guess my first question for you is, what is your situation? And let them tell me why I'm there. There's no mystery why I'm there, but I want to figure out why I'm there. Let them tell the story of how you got there. And of course, tell them you're going to take notes, because you want to take down notes to make sure you're not missing any points that are important to them. So why start with this question? Well, you're there to talk insurance. I mean, there should be no question why you're there. You're there to talk about their Medicare policies. Delaying the conversation could just build anxiety. They know the appointment's going to start at one point, so why fill that space with trivial conversation when actually make them feel more uncomfortable with the fact that, oh boy, well, here comes the tidal wave of an insurance pitch. No, just start right away. Just get it out there. And, you'll have time to know them as the appointment progresses. And again, take notes to show interest and give you guidance. And I always use a piece of paper. I don't use a computer or a tablet or anything like that, because people sometimes start to second guess what you're doing on there. If you're writing on a piece of paper, there's less question of what you're doing. Even if they can't see you writing, they know you're not checking email or playing a game or whatnot. Of course, you're not doing that, but we don't know what kind of image we're projecting to our potential clients. So I always use pen and paper. Now, the note-taking process, at Medicare health insurance appointments, or for most appointments, I have questions. So I'm going to use the Medicare health insurance as an example. And the questions I like to have answered in this appointment are, what is their current insurance? What do they have right now? What's their premium? If it's a Medicare Advantage plan, you can probably figure it out. But if it's supplement, it could be all over the place. How long have they had their policy? Did they buy it last year? Have they had it for 10 years? What's going on? Why did they choose that policy? What was it about the supplement or the Medicare Advantage plan that got them to enroll in it? Who sold it to them? Well, make sure that you're not just there wasting time because their cousin's going to sell them insurance, but their cousin's new and didn't know anything, so you're educating them on what needs to happen. No, make sure that the current agent is not a family member. And this also tells them how loyal they are to the current agent. If they can't give you the name, you're sitting pretty. Who their doctor is, of course, more important for Medicare Advantage. What hospital they prefer, of course, more important for Medicare Advantage. And if they travel or not. Do they leave the country? Do they stay in the country? Are they snowbirds, etc.? Now, I use a client info sheet. I have a generic sheet I use. Most of the time, on the left side, the name, address, and phone number are filled out already. There are all my questions: policy, premium, length, agent. Why are they switching? Well, they're going to tell you that when you say, so what's your situation? 99% of the time, you're going to figure out why you're there. Premium's too high. Doctor's not in network anymore. They just moved to the area. Yada, yada, yada. So I didn't put why I'm there or anything, because obviously that's going to be, again, 99% of the time, it's going to be presented and answered by that question. Why am I there? Or what their situation is, excuse me. And on the right side, I have appointment date, when I was out there, what time I was out there, what kind of lead it was. Was it a referral? Was it a BRC card? Was it a lead I just bought? Was it a carrier lead, etc.? What the result was. Database, I keep my clients in a database, and I'm very poor about inputting them, so I have that honor to hold myself accountable to make sure I'm entering my clients into my database. And follow-up. What's my next step? Even if I made the sale, or if I didn't make the sale, there's going to be some type of follow-up, and that's why I hold myself accountable for follow-up.